Hello, my friend. Welcome again for this week's video. Today I'm gonna try and reply to some of the questions you made very often in the past. You may remember I created a video a couple of weeks ago about how to control the NUX Mightier using a gamepad. Some of you tried also with, I told you that it is possible to use with different other human interface devices like keyboards or something like that. And some of you tried using a keyboard or so and told me that there were some limitations. So I would like to show you an example with this keyboard of mine and also with my mouse, just to let you know how it is possible to do. Right after the intro. Okay, now let's have a look at what I have on my desk, just to let you know what are the toolings we will be using. Let's put also this one in visibility. So what you will need is a NUX Mighty device. I am using the NUX Mighty Air. It is possible also using NUX Mighty Plug Pro, even the Mighty Space. So any device that is compatible with Mightier Amp, the app developed by TUNTORI that you will find in the Facebook app. You will find the link below in the description. So let's check it out if you need it. It's a non-official app developed by this friend that is very helpful because it adds a lot of additional functionalities, including the possibility to map any human interface device for the control of the device. So let me show you the screen on my smartphone because of course we will need that. By the way, Mightier Amp is only working with Android devices for the moment, so you will need an Android device to do that. This is my smartphone. So very simply, let's first of all we need to pair the human interface device to our smartphone. So we need to connect it. I'm not giving you details about it because I'm sure that you're familiar with this kind of activity. And in any case, you will find instruction within the devices. If you are curious about the devices, so this one is just a simple Bluetooth device. I can anticipate you a small secret, it will not work because it is recognized exactly as a mouse, so it's not possible to map the controls to our for the control of that. Instead, it is possible to map all the keyboard for this functionality. So first of all, let's turn it on so we can pair it with our smartphone. So you see now, sorry for the focus of the camera. These are the functionalities available. So let's have a look if it is paired. Yes, you see both the Bluetooth keyboard is connected and also our NUX Mighty Air. They are both connected. So done this, I'm not giving you the full steps details. There are other videos. I will leave you the link in this one where you will find details. You just need to go back a couple of weeks in the channel and you'll find a video that do the same with the gamepad. So it's really just a repetition, just to let you know that it is possible because many of you have been asking this. So let me try. I'm opening Mightier Amp app. You see it's connecting to our NUX Mighty Air. Now I'm pushing settings, this button, to go to the settings tab. And you see if I scroll down, it is already connected to our, oh, sorry, it is already connected to our, there is something, sorry, there was a strange behavior. Give me a second. When you make live, it is possible to have these drawbacks. Give me a second. Okay, it resetted somehow. Let's open Mightier Amp, as I said. Now let's connect it to the NUX Mighty Air. It should be available. Okay, let's turn it off and back on just to make sure that it becomes visible. Okay, here we are. Sorry, you know that sometimes the connection is not so easy. Okay, now let's push remote control as we did in the previous video. Again, HID input, that is human interface device input. This is a keyboard, so it is a human interface device. Let's push the gear. And now we can make all the selection we want as we did with the gamepad in a previous video. So I'm going to channel preset hotkeys. You see, I can select something for previous channel, for example. Let me clear it. I would like to use the back arrow, this one. So back arrow to go to the previous setting. Arrow left, it is done. Press OK. Next channel, I will use the forward arrow. So let's push it, arrow right, it's okay. Then let's select something for each channel. Why not the full line here? They are 7 buttons from Z to M, so Z for the first one, X for the second, C for the third, fourth, V for the fifth, for the fourth, sorry, B for the fifth, and go on with M and M for the last two. Okay. Then we also have these fantastic additional functionalities that I've been explaining you in last week's video. That is the possibility to browse through previews and following, so to the presets instead of browsing only the channels already saved into the system, but you can browse your preset saved into Mightier Amp. So I really like previous presetting category and next presetting category because it makes it possible also to group them together. So for previews I'm using arrow down. And for next, I'm using arrow up. Why not? Okay, let's go back. We also have effect hotkeys. Here we could select anything. So, for example, toggle noise gate, we can use it. I would use Q, for example. Okay. For toggle effects, let's clear it. Let's use W. Okay. For previous amplifier, I would use, I don't know, maybe A for previous amplifier. For next amplifier, S. Okay. For the cabinet, okay. Toggle modulation, so I would like to toggle any effect. We use the Q, W, let's use E for this one. Then toggle delay, we can use it with R, okay, and toggle reverb as well, why not T? So we use the QWERT for toggling on and off all the sound chains components that are available in the device. That's okay. You can map all buttons, of course. I cannot keep you here for 1 hour to show you all the possible selections. Okay, parameter hotkeys. This selection is not available in this configuration. It is used, for example, for expression pedals. So you may remember one of my videos where we have been using a MIDI pedal board, that is the M-Wave Chocolate, connected to an external expression pedal. So something that can give you a range, a value in between a minimum and a maximum. So it is an analogic value that it can be imposed with the pedal, but send anyway a MIDI command. Here now we are using a regular keyboard, so we are not intercepting MIDI commands to the system. We are using directly the keyboard to control the app, and through the app we control the device. So we have some limitations. For example, these values are not available in this configuration. Instead, what we can do, we can select something for the drums. For example, start stop for the drum. I would like to use P, that's on the other hand of the keyboard. And to increase or reduce the tempo, for example, tempo +5, O, and tempo -5, E. So I can also change the frequency and select the different metronome to be used here. I can also change the style. Everything is possible to be mapped. But please refer to my previous video where I give you some additional information about this. I made a specific focus on all these configurations. And then we can do whatever we want, including also for jam track. We can have a mapping. For example, I would say that we can use L to start and stop the jam track. Let's stop it here because otherwise it will take really too long, and the purpose is only to give you an idea that everything is possible. It's just a matter of mapping the controls into the app, as you would do, for example, in a game or in an emulator with your gamepad, your favorite control device to control it. As explained in previous video, there are limitations. We are controlling with this device, we are controlling the app, and through the app we are controlling the NUX Mighty device. The point is, if the app is not open in the foreground, this will not work. If you close it, the commands received by the smartphone will be regular keyboard commands, so they will be interpreted like that. So it will interpret like you want to write something in the system. You will not control directly these functionalities. You may remember that in the video about the Wave Chocolate pedal, it was sending MIDI commands. Sending MIDI commands, they were always read in the correct way, so they were always meant to control our amplifier, and you could close the app, you could keep the app in the background. You could even turn off your screen, but it was still working nevertheless. With this is not possible. You need to have it open and in the foreground. If you close it, it's not working anymore. So that's just a limitation. You may remember that when we mapped the gamepad, I told you that it was a sort of joke. But let's see, it can work, because, for example, if we restart this, you may remember that we selected 0 for the first channel, Z for the channel, X. You see that I'm scrolling, and you see that the system is changing color. You may see that it is changing in the screen, but also the colored button in the device is changing, so you have a confirmation that it is working. We also add forward arrows to go forward. You see that I can scroll forward or I can scroll backward with the other arrow. Okay. If we go to the presets area, for example, I go here in this one, I imposed up and down to scroll through these presets within the same category, and if I press it, you see this one goes forward, this one goes backward. So we always have the possibility to change it. Also, we add other functionalities. If I return here and you see a chain of effect, you may remember that Q was to turn on and off gate. You see it's happening. The W was for the effects. It turns gray, it turns on again. The E was for the amp, and again for the mod, so I can turn on and off the mod. The same for delay using R, and the same for reverb using T. So all these have been mapped like that. Another funny thing is that if I go to the drums, you may remember that we mapped P to start and stop the drum. You see now it started. You should be able to hear it from the mic. It is coming from the NUX Mighty device. I can increase or reduce the tempo, and also I can stop it pressing again. The same for the jam track. You may remember if I select one of them, any one, the L was to turn it on and off, so it was possible. You see play, pause, so it was possible to turn it on and turn it off. So everything is everything available can be mapped to the keyboard. Is not very practical, I have to tell you, because you need a free hand. You cannot use it if the app is not visible, but it is an additional functionality. I tried mapping a gamepad. In my opinion, it was even better because it's more practical than a keyboard, something like this. But as somebody of you faced some problem with this, I wanted to show you that it definitely works. You just need to keep note of two important things. One, the keyboard must be recognized by your smartphone, because it's your smartphone that is reading the commands and sending them through the app. So it is important that it is seen as a keyboard. I'm showing you also the mouse, because if I turn it off, turn it on, sorry, I'm moving it away from the screen for a moment in order to turn it on. Now it is, okay, let's put it back here. If I have a look, it should be possible to connect it as well. But anyway, I tried also. This is not working so much because it is recognized as a mouse. That is the point. So if you use it, it's here. Okay, now it's coupled. You see that if I move it, you see the arrow on the screen on my smartphone, because it is recognized definitely as a mouse. So this makes it possible, for example, to open and click. You see it's so I cannot map the buttons, for example, to the functionalities we have seen before, because the smartphone, my smartphone, is reading it exactly as a mouse. So sometimes it can work, sometimes it cannot. If, for example, you're trying with the keyboard and the keyboard is not correctly recognized and mapped, it will not work. So the first thing you could try is, for example, writing a message using your keyboard. If it is working, that means that the smartphone recognized it correctly. If not, I cannot give you all the details on how to do. You need to check for yourself, but it should be easy because you just need to follow the instructions and probably map in your smartphone configuration the correct language and configuration for the keyboard. That is something that usually is made available when a new keyboard is connected through Bluetooth. So it's very simple. It's like connecting a keyboard directly to the system. It is sending message through Bluetooth, but it is definitely something you could obtain using a cable or something like that. Mightier Amp allows you to map every button onto a specific functionality in the list available in the menu we have been watching again together. But in any case, cannot do miracles. So it is an additional possibility. If you find it useful, please feel free to test it. I cannot assure you that any device will work. In particular, if you are curious, I can tell you that the system I've been using, the keyboard I'm using, is the IS11 BT05. I don't even know who is the manufacturer. I purchased it through online systems. It's available in AliExpress, eBay, something like that. So feel free. It's just an example. Frankly speaking, any Bluetooth keyboard that is correctly working with your smartphone or your tablet should work. Of course, if you are doing some testing, if you are interested in something like that for iOS devices, it's a pity because a Mightier Amp is not available for those devices. And by the way, if you are using Bluetooth controls for those devices, maybe inexpensive keyboards like this will not be the right choice, because as you may know, the Bluetooth in iOS devices is not perfectly standard, so sometimes many devices, unless they are confirmed as working with the system, could have some limitation or give you some troubles in configuring that. So again, this was just to complete the previous video. I will leave you the link also for that, just to put the things together. In any case, I wanted to share with you also this additional possibility. So Thank you for watching. I hope you found this interesting. In any case, please feel free to give me comments. I will leave you some details in the description below. There are other videos in the channel I would strongly suggest you to watch, because this one is following a series, so I didn't watch at all the details. I didn't repeat it everything because I just wanted to show you an additional possibility. So, being said this, sorry, this week I'm a little late because the video was supposed to be available on Sunday. I'm not so regular recently about this, but I'm trying to do my best to give you about one video per week. In any case, thank you for watching again. I'm renewing to you the invitation for next video. If you find this interesting or so, please give me a like, give me a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. It's always something that give me feedback and makes me understand if I'm going in the right direction and doing something that you find useful. That is my only purpose, because this is just an hobby for me. It's an additional thing. It's something I do in my very few spare time. So thank you again, and see you next time. Bye bye.